and actually
Shout out to Redacted. Let me see if I can
do, but is there a way we can just go straight to the source and actually fund education for the states? Can we do that? Or do we need these bureaucratic, bloated pieces of poo?
Yeah. All right. Well,
I'm calling names again.
Well, I mean, we saw Americans coming to the aid of people in North Carolina. They were, FEMA was a total failure, and so it didn't provide funds, and it didn't help the people. And so people had to take matters in their own hands and actually get meals to the people in North Carolina. So let's talk about FEMA, and let's talk about this FEMA fraud, shall we?
All right. It turns out that the Biden administration was lying when they said that FEMA was not, in fact, earmarking or spending any money on illegal immigrants. Recall this last year when White House spokesperson Karine Jean-Pierre said this.
So, disaster relief, this is a falsehood. Disaster relief funds used on immigrants illegally in the U.S. The fact is, no money is being diverted from response needs. That's the fact.
Okay. Well, now we know that FEMA has, in fact, been secretly funding the illegal immigration into America using your tax dollars for disaster assistance. We pay into that for us to be able to use it when there are natural disasters like fires, like floods, and instead they're using it to provide housing and support illegals. Here is the headline. This came from Elon Musk, who has been looking under the bed covers. Here's his post on X saying the Doge team just uncovered that FEMA sent $59 million last week alone to luxury hotels in New York City to house illegal migrants. Now, we're going to talk about these hotels specifically because New York City Mayor Eric Adams has given us some insight on that. So just keep a pin in that. He says sending this money violated the law and it is in gross insubordination to the president's executive order. That money is meant for American disaster relief and instead has been spent on high-end hotels for illegals. The clawback demand will be made today to recoup those funds. Now, today, FEMA officials have reportedly been fired. Now, recall, this is the same organization that told the American people that it ran out of funds to help people in Maui after the fires or North Carolina after the hurricane. Democrats are saying, oh, no. This is just different money, as if FEMA just has different bank accounts and they run out when it comes to the American people, but they otherwise just have more, as if that makes sense.
Wait a minute.
What the hell? What the hell did they just say? Different bank account? Oh my God. Y'all think we are stupid. These Democrats think we are dumb. Why would you even say something like that? Oh, it was from a different bank account. Did you send $59 million to New York City for the migrants? That's a simple yes or no. Oh my goodness, man. To hear what they do with our tax money, a lot of us already kind of know and envision what they do with our tax money. But to hear it, it almost makes me want to throw up, man. I'm like, for real? Y'all just tossing our money, $59 million to illegal migrants so that they can be in New York City. Like my man Mel said, around the Roosevelt Hotel. Used to be a nice hotel, I guess. Why is money it's like money is just being flown out of the White House. Do you know how crazy it is? I thought about this analogy earlier, and maybe I'm just like high or something. But it's kind of funny how $1 gets printed from, I guess, the Federal Reserve. They print the money. That $1 and how it circles around the world so many times from one place is crazy. But to imagine money just and it's not even benefiting America is so insane to me. I'm sorry. That's my reaction. I can't even stand when I find a subscription on my bank account that I forgot to take off. Like I was paying for Arlo Technologies, $7.99. I just found out. I'm like, oh man, let me take this off. I was pissed I was paying $8 to Arlo Technologies. I was pissed. And then to see 59 million going out here, they found $8 million going to Politico. They found USAID throwing out 1.5 million for this, $700,000 for a comic book. I'm like, come on, yo. This is insane. $1 million to transgender pony parades and oh, my financial head hurts, man.
New York City Hall refutes the numbers that Elon Musk put out, but
let's go through
the
what their
American people,
response
but they
was.
otherwise just have more bank accounts saying, oh, no, help people in Maui after the fires or North Carolina after the hurricane. Democrats are saying, oh, no. This is just different money, as if FEMA just has different bank accounts and they run out when it comes to the American people, but they otherwise just have more, as if that makes sense. New York City Hall refutes the numbers that Elon Musk put out, but they don't refute that they are, in fact, spending federal funds on migrant housing. They say they've already spent $7 billion, keep that number in mind, on this crisis alone, and the previous administration committed to $237 million in funding to help house the migrants in our care. They said that they have continued to receive.
It's a total like $250 billion on the migrants. So you're saying that they spent 230.
And the previous administration committed to $237 million in funding to help house the migrants in our care. They said that they have continued to receive previously allocated. So they're saying this is just money that the Biden administration already promised, and we're going to continue to work with federal officials. But even the amount that FEMA sends is not enough to cover the amount that New York City taxpayers are still funding at the expense of things that they need. Now, Eric Adams in January told Tucker Carlson that even with the money that the Biden administration sent, his own city taxpayers were still on the hook to fund migrants. Watch.
Wow.
We took $6.5 billion out of paying for chronically absent students. We could have paid $200 million for. We could have paid for housing, older adults. The long-term impact of what's happening to New York, Chicago, Denver, Los Angeles, Houston, the long-term impact
bunch of blue cities
has yet to materialize what this crisis has done to our cities.
So what do you think that damage looks like long term?
It's a combination of things. We're facing, after COVID, we're dealing with a severe mental health issue throughout the entire country. But specifically here in New York, we have a substantial number of chronically absent young people who were just traumatized from COVID and other things.
No, you did not say it. Oh, no. Can you imagine Tampon Tim and Kamala Harris running the country? Oh, Lord. How many more tampons will be in men's bathrooms would be insane. Ugh. Don't bring me nightmares, man.
And they just stopped coming to school. If I had $200 million that I can go out and go find those young people and place them back on the correct course, I'm preventing the long-term problem. If you don't educate, you're going to incarcerate. That's the common denominator in all of our prisons, lack of education. I could have put hundreds of millions of dollars in what I'm doing around dyslexia screening and other learning disabilities. So those $6.5 million that I didn't put into housing, I did not put into senior care. We're getting ready to excuse medical debt for New Yorkers that are dealing with severe medical debt. All of these dollars could have gone into dealing with the long-term fixes that we were projecting to correct.
And did you tell the White House that?
Over and over again, the impact.
And that's why you got hit with charges, right? That's why they hit you with charges, because, yes, you were bringing way too much sense to them, Eric Adams. You make way too much sense to them.
Of what these
and they
dollars.
Didn't seem to care at all.
All right. Wow. The way that Eric Adams was saying what he could use the money for, he sounded like he should work for Doge. He sounded like he should work for Doge over there with Elon Musk, with all the corruption that they find in. It's ridiculous, man. Yeah, Joe Biden and them know if they would have saved that money, they could have used it for, you know, the taxpayer and other things. But, you know, I just believe that this was an easy money. You know, this is my prediction now, okay?
Let him cook.
And I might be off.
Let him cook now.
Right?
Let him cook.
Make sure you hit the like button.
Let him cook.
I believe that the migrant crisis was probably an easy way to funnel money. I think it was an easy way to funnel money and grow their net worth. Because $250 billion is hard to track down. I just this is what I believe, man. Because why in the world would you let 15, 20, whatever, 10 millions of people come through here knowing that they're bad and knowing that they're going to flood them with criminals and let them be in the same city as your Americans and turn a blind eye when we all know that all you need to do is take a piece of some paper and a pen and create an executive order to shut down the border. If that's all you needed to do and you didn't do it, there had to be something in for you and your administration. And I believe it was an easy way to funnel money. And I think they did wrong by the American people. Obviously, that's why they got voted out of there. But I think money was floating around like crazy into people's pockets. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was some type of foreign people, foreign adversaries, all that type of people getting their hands in there. This was a dirty game that they played. And I think the mass deportations is why Trump is like, number one, he's not for migrants in the first place, but we got to get them all out of here because we know that this was a part of some crazy deal that maybe he can't talk about. All right, I might be going down a conspiracy that he can't talk about. And he's like, we got to get him out. Because why in the world would it be so many criminals here in here? Like, it's one thing to just have them crossing the border and you got to send them back. But then why so many criminals? Why so many vicious criminals? Why is their crime levels down and then our crime levels have risen? Oh, let me guess. Let me guess, Democrats. Now that I said that, you're going to say, well, the FBI said that this and that is going to, they said that the crime levels were low. Oh, the FBI, right? You're not talking about the same FBI that leaked what was going on with Tom Homan. We're going to get right into that, actually. You're not talking about that same FBI, are you?